Over the next few minutes, I just want to give you a quick tour of our Twilio connector. So with this connector, you'll be able to take telephone payments on your Twilio number, and you'll also be able to send out to your customer payment links where they can actually complete the payment on their phone, which is a great backup mechanism if for whatever reason we're not able to authorize a payment on the telephone, or for example, if the customer needs to pay by a mechanism that isn't card or ACH. Firstly, you'll need an account on our Shuttle Payments Marketplace under our Twilio app. So if you go to this URL, you'll be able to create an account. You can also log in via your Google credentials if you have some. Now, I actually already have one set up, so I'm not going to create a new one. I'm just going to go and access the one they already have set up. So once you've created your account, you'll land on this dashboard where you can actually configure a payment processor, which I'll show you how to do, and that's connecting your payment gateway. Next thing what we'll do is we'll take you through how to actually get Twilio to instruct a payment. Now, Twilio, to support this, has a whole lot of syntax around how to do that. It's called their pay verb, and you can use their pay verb inside your workflows. So for example, if you've got an agent on the line, or if you're in an automated IVR workflow and the customer might be paying an invoice, you might tell them, hey, you've got $56 outstanding on your invoice, please press 1 to pay this now. And then what you can do is you can actually use this pay verb, and that will ask them for their credit card details or their ACH details, and then try to process that payment by sending those payment details to Shuttle to then securely send them onto your payment gateway. So what we're going to do is I'll quickly just show you how to configure a payment processor. I've already done this, but you can easily do this yourself. So under configure payments, all you have to do is choose your service provider. Different countries will have a different list of supported gateways, and then you'll be taken through a connection process to connect with that gateway. Next, we've got a set of instructions about how to configure Twilio. The first step is we just need to point Twilio at this Shuttle account. And so we've got some very simple instructions on how to do that here, which I won't take you through now. But what we do is we give you a username and password and then a unique name, and then you'll install the Shuttle Global Pay Connector on Twilio, and you'll be able to, that will actually know whenever you use that pay verb on Twilio, it knows where to send them through to, and I'll send it through to us. Now, next is typically what you'll do is with Twilio, you would actually program your workflow. Now, so that you can actually get up and running really quickly, we've created a demo app for you, which is designed to showcase what you can do and be a starting point for your developers rather than actually trying to emulate any kind of specific use case. We've created a URL, which what you can do is you can configure one of your telephone numbers to point to this URL. And then if someone dials up that number, we'll give them a couple of different options that says, hey, welcome to a demo app. And what you can do is you press 1 to do a payment, press 2 to do a payment with safe card, press 3 to do an authorization, press 4 to do a tokenize. And then under each of those options, we can say, hey, do you want to pay via card or ACH? Or would you like to send out a payment link and pay it on your phone? Or do you want to pay using a saved card? So typically what you would probably do is if you've got someone that, say, you're an energy provider and you're getting a bill paid, you would know the customer ID that's currently on the phone. You would be able to look, say, do you have any safe cards with Shuttle using our API? If they've got a safe card, it says, hey, do you want to pay for, you've got a $56 bill outstanding. Do you want to pay for that using your Visa ending 1234? And then just ask the customer yes or no, and then you can send us an API request. If they say no, or if they don't have a safe card, then you'd probably prompt them saying, hey, do you want to pay for this on this telephone call, or would you like us to send you a payment link? So if they say, I want to pay for this on this telephone call, you would then call that pay verb, and that will then gather the card details from the customer. Now, if that pay verb declines, so for example, it's not approved for whatever reason, or they say they don't want to do it on the telephone call, then you can actually send them out a pay link, which says actually, hey, your card was declined, or you've asked for a link. We've SMS'd you a payment link. Please complete this payment on the phone while you're still, on your phone while you're still on the line. And that will actually give them a little form where they can either just double tap and pay with Apple Pay, or they can pay by PayPal, or they can enter their card details, or whatever the different payment mechanism is that you've configured for that merchant. But this demo app, it just showcases the different options. So I'm going to set this up and we're just going to have a go with it. So I'm just going to go into my telephone numbers. I've got this telephone number here. It's a UK number because I'm based in the UK. We just point that telephone number at this demo app. I just copied and pasted this link here. And I'm just going to press save. I'll actually have it already configured, so it's not going to let me save that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try dialing it up. So let me open up my phone. So 0770173 Hopefully you're going to hear this.
Here's the use of test card numbers. Main menu. Authorization. Tokenization.
So I'm just going to do a payment to start with.
One per card. Two to be sent a payment link and complete on your phone.
Now you can control all of this script and you can overlay this with actual proper voices that sound like they're not a computer. You can make this beautiful.
Your payment was approved. Reference is 000100002.
And so what will happen, I'm just going to let that disconnect for now. We'll do another demo in a second. And we'll give you this activity view. What you can actually do is you can actually see everything that's happening that's come through. So this is my telephone number, and you can see that $1 payment was just put through a moment ago. What we will have done is we would have sent you a lot of, you can see all kinds of information about it here. You can refund it, and we'll also send notifications to your app so that you can actually then go and mark this as paid. And so we'll give you the gateway ID, like from your payment gateway, so you can reconcile everything and close all those use cases. So let me call that demo number again, and let's just do a payment link. So in this case, let's say the payment was declined.
Welcome to the Shuttle Twilio Pay
Or the customer wanted to pay via a link. Let's do 3. Payment and save card.
USB.
So this link will be sent out by a Twilio account. Now, at the moment, this is not configured. Let's see if I can go get that link. It would usually pop up on your phone, but because I'm on the telephone, that's why it hasn't popped up. So you can control this whole style. This is just a default style. I don't have Apple Pay or anything configured at the moment, but you can actually configure PayPal, Apple Pay, all kinds of things. And we're saving card. If you remember, I clicked on the and save card.
Or 0 to return to the main menu.
So the customer has now completed that on their phone. We've given them a reference. They haven't had to type in or share their customer details, their payment details over the phone. I'm just going to return back to the call. Now, the system will automatically pick that up within a few seconds. In the demo app, we also demo refunds and various other options. So let's just refund that to see if we can demo that. You'll see that payment. This was a telephone payment. This was a web payment, and this was a refund. Just to close the loop. Let's do another payment. We'll pay for the next bill on a safe code. So what I've done is I've actually So what you've seen is you've seen us do a telephone payment. You've seen us send out a payment link. You've seen us instruct an API refund. Obviously, you wouldn't be doing that in a telephone call. You would be doing that if you wanted to trigger it from one of your automated systems. But we've also shown tokenizing a card and then instructing a payment on that saved card, which you could actually instruct automatically, or you could instruct add the user's command like we did on the telephone. And what's great is everything works exactly the same, no matter which payment processor you use. So there's a whole lot of extra options you can do with our app. And some of those options are described here under step 3, add payments to your workflow. So let me just quickly introduce you to this section of the documentation, but I won't take you through it in detail. Here we give a couple of different tips on how to do each of these. You can do card payments. You can also use ABS for this is address verification, like a zip verification for countries that have numerical zips. You can do things like you can control things like auth, if it's not for a captcha, if you want to save a card. You can set up instructions while it's processing payments. We allow you to pass through a whole lot of both customer and order data as well, so that actually you can see everything that's going on, and it's easy to reconcile if you're pulling a report from your payment gateway and you're pulling a report from your ERP system or whatever it is that you're actually is instructing the payments, to easily reconcile those two different data sources. It supports ACH payments in addition to card payments. And so this talks to you how to do an ACH payment. And then Shuttle also allows you to do scheduled payments and recurring payments. So a scheduled payment is actually a customer is actually putting in their details, but they want to pay, let's say, on their payday, which might be on, let's say, next Monday or on the first of the month. And a recurring payment is actually, I want to pay a certain amount every month. We support both recurring payments where we run the frequency and we'll instruct those payments, or you could actually do a tokenization where you actually you get the customer to key in their payment details, and then you can instruct payments using our API. This documentation, it talks you through the different results, what data we give you, so you can actually map back into your system, the different payment statuses. We talk a little bit about our Shuttle API. We've got a full API. You can do all kinds of things. Here's a little cheat sheet, some of the options. It tells you how to call our API, and for this instance, what authorization header to use. So in this case, how to get payment detail, payment methods, how to get recurring payments, how to refund, how to capture, how to void, how to instruct a payment using a token, how to create a payment link, etc. And then finally, what you can do is you can configure webhooks. So what we'll do is we'll send your system notifications every time something happens. Payments are approved, payments are declined, refunds happen. And so that you can actually construct very sophisticated processes, but also very reliable processes, because actually, you've always been notified of what happens when. So that's a real whistle-stop tour. Finally, if you go back to the dashboard, you'll be able to see what's happened in your account. So here we've had 3 payments. They're all in USD, which is converted locally because it's recognized that I'm in the UK. So it's just giving me the local equivalent. And we'll also tell you about, in addition to the volume that you're putting through, if there's any kind of issues on your account that need to have inspection, such as if you've got any payment errors, if you've got any recurring payments that have gone into dunning or have got invalid payment methods against them. We really look forward to getting you on board and seeing what you guys do with this.